Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Part-Time Players podcast with myself, Reese, and my co-host, Brad. How are you feeling today?
Hi, Reece. You all right? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. That was a bit formal. That was a bit of a formal greeting, but
Was
yeah,
that
no,
was
yeah.
that formal? Okay, yeah.
No,
I don't. I
by
just
me,
kind of.
yeah, by me. But
Oh, from me. Okay, I was gonna say I felt
yeah,
like I did the same intro that I've done for the first four. So, I
yeah,
guess is it five? Four? I don't know.
this
But
is 5.
yeah, no, this is episode 5. But when I was talking
Oh,
past
sorry.
tense, do you say 4 or do you say 5?
I don't know,
The
but
first four.
yeah, it got off to a bad start, isn't it? It's
Great start.
yeah,
The part-time start.
yeah, part
But
time.
yeah. Oh, talking about start. So this obviously last week I mentioned about I was going to improve my audio quality with my mic. So I received a mic, didn't test it beforehand. My fault. I should have ordered the same mic as Brad. Obviously, Brad's
Mm-hmm.
going to probably mention that.
Yep.
Um, and I thought I fixed the solution. So I bought this splitter because I'm using a Mac, and I thought that would fix the problem because of the output. It did not fix the problem. It still does not work. I was quite disappointed. I then emailed because I ordered them both on eBay, and then I emailed the guy about returning it, and he basically said he'll give me half the money if I just keep it.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
So, which I was kind of like at this point, I was kind of like I can't really be bothered to rebox it and at the hassle because I'm quite busy at the moment anyway. So
Mm.
I was kind of like, for the hassle of it, it was only like £15 anyway. So I did that. So I accepted. I've also reordered another mic, but it's a USB only, which will work on the Mac,
Yep.
and that should be coming Wednesday. So this should be the actual last week that I'm actually using my PlayStation headset.
So basically, you fucked up. You're costing us listeners because the bad audio, and you should have just like me. I went on eBay. Yeah, that'd do, and just plugged it in, and it worked. That was
Yeah,
yeah.
well, it's a saga. I'm going to call it Mike Gate because it's turned into a bit of a saga at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I
um,
actually even sent you the link to the one I bought, but
I know you did. I did,
Reese
and I
Reese
looked at
knows
it, and the
best.
price changed. The price changed, so I didn't. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's sorted. I got a new one coming Wednesday. It should be fine. So yeah,
Yeah. Anyone out there
sorted.
listening, just be like Brad. Simple USB, bang, done, sorted.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we all can't be like bread, but
Yeah.
what's happening in the social world?
Well, we haven't had any. No one let me know. No one got in touch and let me know how to get that trophy, which I'm.
No one did it. It's
Uh,
impossible. That's why
it's,
no one actually knows.
yeah. So I don't know if the people, our listeners, are haven't done it or not interested in Fallout, but yeah, no one got in touch, and I still, again, this week, I will urge people to please just let me know how we do it. Um, Other than that, yeah, it's been a bit quiet, but we will obviously put it out there again. So, like, follow us on Twitter at PT Players Pod and our Facebook page, Part Time Players Podcast.
Mm.
And our Gmail is ptplayerspod@gmail.com. So, and
Yeah.
obviously,
PT.
PT, I just thought maybe people can't understand me. PT, yeah, at PT
Yeah.
Players Pod. Um, so
uh,
yeah, be great to, like we said last week. We can look when we're looking at the stats of the podcast, we can see that we've got a few listeners in uh, America. Um,
yeah. Yeah.
Whether or
That's
not
cool. That's
they
cool.
still listen, but it's gone up to 5 now. I think there's two in. There's one in New Jersey, one in Oregon, two
How
in.
do you tra-
It tells you on
How
the app.
does it? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I know it says America, but I didn't realize you could track the
yeah,
states as
no,
well.
yeah. I'll do it now.
Are
Let me
you
have a
some
look.
kind of stalking tech?
I'm
You've got some kind of spy drone
it's
from
the
Watchdogs.
Watchdogs Legion thing. Yeah, no, I can tell you now. So, and this is just on Podbean. So they're telling us that
Yeah.
we have 5 listeners in the USA, and yeah, one in Oregon, one in New Jersey. That's why
New Jersey.
maybe it's Tony Soprano. You know? One in Michigan and two in Virginia. So Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty
That's
cool.
cool.
Shout out to
That is
all
cool.
our
American
Americans.
friends.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
another thing I was thinking as well, like if you do enjoy the podcast, and if you don't want to get in touch, send emails or on Twitter and that, it's cool because I generally don't. But if you do like
True.
it,
True.
tell a friend, tell someone if you think they might like it. That's a
Tell your
really
mum.
tell your mum, tell anyone basically. Just go on the street
Yeah.
and just shout.
Scream it. Yeah.
Listen
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
If you're on a bus or on a
Yeah.
train, let's make the person sitting next to you listen to it. Obviously, wear
Yeah.
masks. You have to wear masks.
Yeah. Be responsible.
Yeah,
We're not condoning any
yeah, yeah.
social behaviour. Don't be
Let
social,
people
but scream about it. Yeah.
let people know, but keep 2 meter distance. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's a good way of like getting podcasts out there. So it's pretty. I thought it was pretty cool that we've got some
Mm.
overseas listeners. None in Australia, and I don't know where else it tell you. None in Canada. Got none in Canada. Canadians don't like
Okay.
us, and Australia don't like us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it says we've got 26 in the UK, but it doesn't tell you whereabouts in the UK. It just says UK.
They're just
So
is Australia just a bit backwards though, because their water goes back. Is that a real thing, or is that just from The Simpsons?
Um,
Does their water actually
no,
goes
I
backwards?
think it's that happens. If you're, I might be wrong now. The closer you are to the equator has an effect on it. So I don't know if it actually does. I don't know, to be honest. I know it. Yeah, something to do with the equator. But obviously
But I thought it was
Australia.
because they were under the equator. They was on the wrong
Yeah, but
side of it.
we're see we're but like they're kind of like the same place under as we are over. I think so. I don't know. We sound
Okay.
like proper idiots now, though. So it's
They're at the same place under as we're over.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. It makes sense geography wise.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
we sound like knobs, so we should probably stop talking
Well,
about stuff we don't know. So
we just end the podcast here.
yeah,
How
yeah,
long are we in? We're not long in. We're
yeah,
just 7 minutes in. We'll just wrap
yeah.
it up.
Hey,
Yeah.
we can talk about we're gonna talk about games that we don't know much about. So we might as well talk about other stuff we don't know much about. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Talking about socializing, I went out on at the weekend. I went to like a bar for
Oh,
the first time.
oh,
It
yeah.
was very, very strange with the social distancing. You had to like sit at a table. You wasn't allowed to get up or talk to anybody else or even stand around the table. You had to be sat. You had to have table
Yeah.
service. It was quite funny with the waiter coming over because he had like called out all the drinks afterwards. It was like being in the chip shop.
Okay. Yeah.
It just reminded me of that. It was quite funny.
So
When
was
you
it? That wasn't Super Saturday you went out. I take it that was a week after. Yeah.
what's Super Saturday?
Super Saturday were well. Oh no, it wasn't. Yeah. No. Super Saturday was when they all opened. Um.
Oh no, this.
Yeah. But I totally avoided that. I haven't been to a pub or bar yet.
Mm,
Because
yeah,
I just don't. Well, it's not going to be the same. Just kind of,
it's not the same. I won't
So
probably go again until it goes a bit more normal because it
yeah.
was a bit
So
weird. But I wanted to experience it, so
yeah, I did go to like a local cafe today, which was quite nice. But again, even in
mm,
there, like a load of tables been taken out. They didn't have menus on the table. Like they had to bring them to you and clean them afterwards. There was no sauce and no condiments, nothing like that. It was all it's just a bit odd, but the food.
okay. Would you have to ask for it and they
Yeah,
sanitize it, bring it
yeah.
over?
I
Oh, okay.
ask for what you wanted, and then um,
They just throw the salt across the room.
yeah, yeah. But the food was
Catch
nice,
up,
so
and then they just throw it across the
but
room.
yeah, no, it's a shame. And like obviously, like look at places in like Australia, like Melbourne, they've gone into another 6 weeks full lockdown. So
Oh, but really? Oh,
yeah,
Christ. Oh,
it's
yeah, jeez.
1 minute it looks like
Jeez.
it's getting better, and then it's getting
Jesus.
worse, and
Maybe that's why they're not listening to the podcast. They're in a lockdown, so that
yeah.
explains it.
But then if they're in lockdown, they should have more time to listen to podcasts. So
Don't know, Brad. I don't know.
it's weird
There's
because
a crisis happening.
all the podcasts I listen to, or nearly all of them, are Australians. So I
Kind
feel a little bit,
let down.
yeah, a little bit, betrayed.
All right, well,
So,
get in touch with one of your podcasts you listen to and tell them
yeah,
to listen to us. So,
yeah,
full circle.
yeah,
But anyway, yeah, get on with the show. We are planning to talk about some games today.
yeah,
So we'll start with the news. So we've got a couple of headlines. So we'll start with PlayStation and Sony basically basically launched a pattern for PS1, PS2, and PS3 to be backwards compatible via the cloud on the PS5, which I think is going to be similar to what the Switch has got with the SNES. Is it SNES and NES and stuff?
Yeah, they've got
Um,
like the SNES and the SNES
yeah,
package. And I don't know if they are planning on bringing out the like GameCube and 64. Well, that'd be pretty cool if they did.
that would be cool.
Um,
And I feel like this is really cool. But then I kind of almost think, you know, like when you get them old games and they're like actually on the PS Store, and it's kind of like, oh, I really want that's really cool. Like you was talking about Pod Racer, which is
yeah,
from the N64, and it's kind of like I haven't bought it. I'm not that bothered about it. Do you
yeah,
know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like you want it, but then you have it, and I would never use it.
yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, I downloaded the NES one because
Mm,
my girlfriend really wanted to play it. She wanted to play some old Mario, so I signed up for like the Nintendo Online for a year. Which only I got a code, so it was only about not from Nintendo, like online, of about I think it was like 17 quid for a
sure.
year. So I thought, "Oh, that's all right." And she was playing it like constantly, and she loved it. And then she's kind of okay, yeah, I'm done. So it's
Yeah.
yeah, you want to play it. I think the same like we talked about in the previous episode, like Spyro and Banjo, sorry, yeah,
Mm,
Crash Bandicoot. You're like, oh my
yeah.
god, yeah,
Nostalgia.
it's really
Yeah.
good. And then after a while, you're like, oh, actually, it's yeah, it's not that great.
It's just
So,
nostalgia, isn't it? I think
yeah,
that's what it is. It's like, oh, look at them PS1 games or PS2. Like having PS2 on there would be really exciting, just because obviously there's some really
yeah,
classic games in the PS2 era. But it's kind of like, other than the nice thought that I could play them, am I actually going to bother playing them?
yeah.
Probably not.
Don't get me
Probably
wrong.
not.
I think it's good. It is a good thing because obviously the PS2 is backwards compatible, and
Mm,
the first lot of PS3s they brought out was backwards compatible, but then they stopped it, and then
mm,
PS4 just wasn't. So I think
yeah.
it's a good feature to have it,
Oh
and
yeah.
they
Oh yeah.
probably will.
Definitely.
It will be along the lines same what Nintendo's doing.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it's I don't really think.
So, given Nintendo has it a part of their online service,
Yeah,
do you think PlayStation's going to do the same thing? So, do you think this is going to be a part of PS Plus,
I don't know.
or
Maybe.
is this going to be separate and be on PS Now, which is a
Mm,
separate subscription?
I don't know.
Which part?
Even if it is on PlayStation Plus, I reckon obviously to start charging you more. And
Mm,
when you think we used to get like PS3 and PS Vita games on PlayStation Plus, you only get PS4 games now, and it went up. So
mm,
yeah, I can see that if it is on that, the price would increase, and yeah, it could be on PlayStation now, trying to get some people to subscribe to that, which then I wouldn't bother because
mm,
the games I want to play on the PlayStation, I buy. Um, I've got, as I say, Game Pass, which I think is really good because I don't
mm.
own a lot of Xbox games, but again, and then I don't play it that often. So,
Is
I
360 and Xbox, like the original Xbox games, on Game Pass?
um yeah, I think some of them are. I know you can play Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One.
Mm,
If like I can play all my Mass Effect games on there,
sure.
because like you just put the disc in and it kind of emulates it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I can't. To be fair, it's been so long since I turned my PlayStation, my Xbox on. I can't remember. Um,
Okay, okay.
but I just see I get a little notification every month. 7.99's left. Left PayPal, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got that. Uh,
Do
I actually
you think
think,
the price is going to go up for PS Plus and Game Pass for the next generation?
yeah, most likely. I just think
Mm.
I'm just very cynical, and I think yeah, it's going to put up the prices for everything. So, you know, yeah,
Yeah, I think the price will go up as well, to be fair.
yeah,
Especially if game prices are going up, it makes sense for that to go up as well.
yeah. It's
I
like
think PS Now has PS3 games, though, doesn't it? So it's already got that like function.
yeah, yeah, so it probably they like it's just a good idea to integrate it into that because it's more like that's the games you can play on the subscription. So it makes sense that you would add that in, like the PS1, PS2, PS3 games all into that. So you've got this massive back catalogue. I can't really think of what other PS1 games I'd want to play really. I love Metal Gear.
Metal Gear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Metal Gear. Um, Spyro, I've also got them on the PS4 now.
Mm.
I can't, oh, Star Wars Episode 1, that was really good. I love that on the PlayStation 1. That was really good.
Okay, okay,
I
yeah.
can't really think, it's something, I can't really remember what games I had on it because they've all gone now. They've gone. All my
Or been
games.
remade, don't they? Like, I
Yeah,
guess, I don't know. Obviously, I never played it originally because I was too young. But like Final Fantasy VII, it's obviously massive as a
yeah.
PS1 game.
You can
Obviously, that's
get that.
been
Yeah, you can get that on
re-
your phone now if you wanted to. You can download it on the App Store.
yeah,
So
and I think it's on the PlayStation already. You can actually buy it, and it's on the Switch. It's on everything, isn't it? All the Final Fantasy, so they're already done.
yeah,
So, um, I don't know. I can't really think of anything else,
yeah.
really.
I used to main. I never used to really buy games on the PS. I used to rent them from. We used to have like a local video shop. It wasn't a
Yeah, yeah,
blockbuster. It was like an independent one. And I used to
yep,
go in
yep,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, we used to. If I got there, with my dad or whatever, and get a film, I used to get a game at the same time. So,
Yeah,
um,
no, she was the same. Used to love a video shop. So
yeah.
good.
And again, like PS2, you can get like all the GTA's or the big ones, some of the big ones. You can get them on. You can buy them now on play PS4 and App Store. I've got them on my iPad. So yeah, it's a good idea. Whether or not I would go into it, I don't know.
Hmm. It's like all the GTA's, isn't it? Like the PS2 GTA's, like you got GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. It's kind of like, oh wow, I'd love them to
Yeah,
be, but like they're everywhere as well. Like you said, they're on the iPad, they're
yeah.
on everything.
Isn't that
So,
weird? Before their GTA Online, they brought out 3 GTA's in one generation, and the last one we got none. So, or the current one we got none. So, you know,
we got two in the one before that, though, didn't we?
yeah, we got 4 and 5. Uh,
Mm.
Again, like two, and how can they go for a whole generation without bringing out a new GTA? It's just, it's a bit. I'm not happy. I don't like it. I think it's pretty
Yeah,
shitty,
it's
but
good.
you know.
But then again, it's crazy that it's still in the top 10, mate. It's
No,
still
it's
in the
just,
top
and
10.
the thing is, they're not going to change until people start realize clocking onto it and be like, actually, no, we're not going to.
Well, sorry about that, guys. You probably noticed that that was a hard cut. We had some technical difficulties, and unfortunately, I was going to say stream then, but the audio call between us kind of just cut. So we had to restart again. So yeah, sorry about that. Sorry for the flow of the conversation. Brad was mid rant. So we'll burden Brad from repeating himself, but we'll go on to story number two. But
Yeah,
yeah, we got a bit lucky there.
yeah, no, we was thinking about just leaving it as a 17-minute episode, and we thought, oh, I suppose we should talk
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
Although some people might like that, I don't know. So
yeah. Short episode this week. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, we said we was going to end it after 7 minutes, so
yeah,
you
yeah.
got 10 minutes extra than what we actually promised. So you're welcome.
Okay, yeah,
But
I've finished my rant now about Grand Theft Auto. It was just
yeah, okay, similar
yeah.
game. But are you a fan of Mafia? Because the
I
news was that Mafia got delayed by a month.
never played them. I have number 3 on my library because it was on PlayStation Plus, but
Yep.
not played it. I remember you getting it
Mm.
at launch and saying it wasn't very good, so I didn't bother.
No, it's not at all.
Um,
No, at all.
I might get around to it, but yeah, not played.
Mm.
And I'm really interested actually
Mm.
in the Mafia 1 remake because it does look like my kind of game. But
Yeah, it
yeah,
does
it's
look really, really good. Can't wait.
been delayed now to the 25th of September.
Yep.
But they've got like an extended gameplay reveal on the 22nd of July.
Okay,
So
look forward to that.
yeah, I'm gonna watch that, see what it's about. But yeah, it does
Yeah,
look
no,
like
it looks good.
my kind of game. I didn't get when because they remastered number 3, and I was like, not why? It's not even been out that long, and it's not a very good game. So
They never remastered it. It was just like the definitive edition. So
oh,
they just
okay,
added the
sorry.
DLC. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna leave. I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, it wasn't remastered. So the first one, which is of the Mafia, which has been delayed to the 25th of September, is a remake.
Yeah.
And then they posted a remastered Mafia 2, which I bought because I love Mafia 2. Mafia 2 is what got me into the Mafia games because I never played
Okay.
the first one.
Yeah.
The third one is just not great. It's the worst lighting in any game, to the point where I thought it was my TV. But then
Yeah,
I listened to the podcast and it was actually real. It's like, because it's in like New Orleans, there's like parts where it's like swamp,
yeah,
and there's parts where you're driving, you can't see, it's dark. I don't, and it's like, this is so badly designed. The lighting was so bad. It's literally like, you can't see the car, you can't see where you're going, and all of a sudden you're crashing into trees because you don't know where you're going. It's really awful. Yeah, I hope they fixed that. I don't know if that got fixed with like a patch or anything, but at
okay,
launch that
yeah,
was
it's
really
terrible.
bad. But
Yeah,
yeah, the remake of Mafia, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because I never played it, and it does look like a little teaser trailer. That does look really good.
yeah, no, I'm definitely, yeah, definitely excited for that one.
Hmm.
Again, it wasn't. I knew they was doing it, and it wasn't really on my radar. So when they've said, "Oh, it's been pushed back a month," a bit like um, Cyberpunk. Yeah, I'm a bit more. Like it's disappointing, but I don't mind really. I've got
Hmm.
so many games to play, so yeah, I have enough to keep me going.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah, no, I don't know what's coming out in August because it's kind of like, oh, it would have filled up a really good void for me because I don't know if there's anything in August that I'm interested in playing.
Mm.
Where the end of September is kind of Destiny time, so yeah, I feel like I don't know the 25th of September. What day is that? That's not Tuesday, is it? What day is it? It's a Friday. So I reckon the 20, I don't know if it's been confirmed, it probably has been confirmed, but I think the 22nd is when the next season of Destiny 2 launches. So like
Okay.
3 days before.
Yeah.
So that's kind of be like, that's like the 1 week I would prefer not to have that game. Any other time it would have been perfect because I ain't got nothing else to play at the moment. Um, well, in that period of time. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been great. But yeah, no, looking forward to it. Should be good. Hope they give it some love and care.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that one as well. Yeah. I remember. I think I played a bit of number two. I went to Eurogamer Expo years ago, and I'm pretty sure it was on the floor there, and I played it for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
No,
I
it's
did.
fantastic. You
Yeah.
should buy it.
It was good. So yeah. No, looking forward to that one.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's fun enough because when I bought the remastered version, although it's not really, it is remastered. It does look a little bit better, but it's not like the jump you wanted. It would have been so much better if they remade Mafia 2 because Mafia 2 is a really, really good game. It's
Yeah.
a really good
And
game.
that one's out
Um,
now, is it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah,
You can
okay.
buy it now. Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, it's really good. I don't know. I just like it's just that old fashioned, like you said, gangster. It's kind of Empire Bay, which is basically a New York City. But yeah, no, it's a really good. It's a really good fun game. You got like all the old fashioned cars, and it's quite cool. And the
Yeah.
story's really good as well, and the characters. It's kind of like playing like in the Goodfellas or something. That, do you know what I mean? It's like one of them
Yeah. Yeah.
Italian mafia kind of
Yeah.
New York kind of storylines, and yeah, no, it's really good. Some
That's
really good
cool.
characters. Yeah, some
And
really
it's,
good stuff. So,
I don't know if we said it's delayed due to coronavirus. So
mm,
that damn virus is it's it's ruining
striking
everything.
again.
Yeah.
Mm.
God, anyone would think it was a global pandemic. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a local virus,
yeah,
broke out from one little village, and now look at it. But
yeah.
yep, yep, yep. Anyway, news story number three is oh, it's an Xbox one. We don't really talk about Xbox that much, but that is a platform.
Not that we don't like it. We just yeah,
We
we
do
just
shit.
yeah. Well,
I'm joking.
Reese
I'm
don't
joking.
like it. I like it. But yeah,
No, no, I don't like it. It's just I don't know, just a PlayStation guy, I suppose. So
yeah.
I just look at the other side and sometimes think,
Fanboy.
oh, yeah, yeah, I'm a bit of a PlayStation fan, but yeah, I just look over the other side sometimes and just think, what offer me something good. But I do want them to do well because I know if they do well, then it will push Sony to keep the thing because I feel like if Xbox ain't going to be competitive, then Sony will like pause a little bit and it won't be as good.
Yeah,
Where I think we got this great console in the PS4 and these great games off the back of the 360 being so good and so successful. So yeah, I just hope that we're not going to go a little bit. I don't know. I don't think they will. I think they've still got full pedal on the accelerator to go forward because obviously Xbox is making big moves. Although I don't know if I totally agree with all their moves. I think they're a little bit too pro-consumer, which I think stops them from like getting ahead. Like the story that we were going to talk about is once again them being very pro-consumer, and they're talking about obviously all the Series X games will also be on Xbox One. And I think a journalist basically asked Phil Spencer whether or not this is going to hold back the games, and he was kind of like, "Well, of course not, because PC is the most diverse kind of platform, because obviously everybody's got different PC powers and different versions in terms of GPUs and CPUs or whatever. And yet the best possible games run on PC, so that argument doesn't really matter."
Yeah,
Which I guess it is a really good point, which I never really thought of it like that. If it's just down to pure graphics or whatever, and I guess most, like 95% of games won't be affected, but I feel like there's probably a few games that could be specifically designed for the Series X that will be better games if they wasn't on the Xbox One.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I hope it. Obviously, I hope it doesn't hold them back because I think this generation, well, the next generation, sorry, Xbox really need to come out. Come out with some big titles because
Mm,
it's not really had that many exclusives this current gen. Um,
mm,
it's yeah, Halo 5 was a bit disappointing. Gears, two Gears, I think Gears, yeah, two Gears. Gears 4 wasn't very good. I didn't like that at all, really. Sea of
yeah,
Thieves, which I've never played. My mate plays it. He says it's good, but I never played it. And again, when it came out at launch, it was just kind of an empty, just a bit of a shell of a game, I think. So yeah, I used to, like I've said before, I used to love X. I was all about Xbox 360, and I used to absolutely love Xbox. So I really
yeah,
like to see them bring out some good games, some good,
mm,
good titles.
mm,
And they've bought up a lot of studios, so hopefully we will
yeah,
be getting some, new IPs and some decent exclusives. So
yep,
yeah, hopefully stuff to look forward to from Xbox. And they've got their big like I don't know what you call it, announcement
event
event. Yeah, they got that at the end of the month. So hopefully,
23rd, yeah,
yeah, we're hearing some stuff like that. I know say saw they renewed their like their trademark for Fable and Perfect Dark, I think it was. So,
okay,
but they were saying, "Oh, we that's just something we have to do. It's not we're not planning on making anything. It's just something we have to renew it." So, whether or
mm,
not
mm.
they also done like renewed it for Twitter as well, I think it was. So whether or not they're just trying to keep it under wraps or that's the truth and they're not making anything, it's just part and parcel. They need to renew it. But hopefully, I really enjoyed the Fable games. So um,
Yeah, I've never played one.
they're really
Obviously,
good.
never
Yeah,
owned an Xbox,
I
so
think
not surprising.
Fable 3 got a lot of slack. Not a lot of people liked it, but it's really good. It's a really good game.
Yeah,
And like
okay.
yeah, and I think that, like the Fable 1 come out originally on the original Xbox.
Mm.
Yeah, no, they're really good games.
Despite what they said, it doesn't mean they are working on it. Do you think that
Yeah.
is a thing that's going to be revealed on the 23rd? A
Um,
new one?
Whether or not it'd be revealed on the 23rd, I don't know, but hopefully somewhere down the line, I'd be really excited if they did reveal it on the 23rd. Um,
Mm.
but I don't know. I know we obviously got Halo. I can't really think of what other big games have got coming out. So
There'll be a fault cell because it's a new
yeah,
console.
sorry, yeah, Forza, Halo, and I hope
Mm.
that's good because I want to get back into Halo. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. It'd be good if they did announce it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're working for, but a bit like what you said, not many exclusives, especially at the end of the generation, because you're always expecting them to come out with something big. I
Yeah,
used to tune into their E3s every year because one, I was interested in the third party because they're always going to have a big third party, but also I was just interested in an exclusive, like see what Xbox. And every year it's kind of like, oh, nothing. And then it came more and more apparent that they realized that they've lost this generation and they must be sandbagging for the next. And I've got a feeling this conference or their showcase, what they want to call it, is it's going to be big. I think they're going to have some really big hits because, like you said, they bought studios. I think they need to have new IPs and need to have some really exciting stuff. And it's a bit like that news where it was kind of like Xbox are in talks with to buy WB.
yeah,
If they can get like DC, or if they get Batman games exclusively or any DC games exclusively on the Xbox, that's massive.
Yeah, yeah, it would be.
That is really huge. So, and even like Mortal Kombat, and then that would be exclusive. So, I mean, they'll have some really big franchises and some really big studios, like Rocksteady will go over and things like that.
Yeah,
They were very good studios. So, yeah, they'll have some really like competent studios plus some really good IPs to work with. Which, if they had Batman or they had the Arkham games exclusive on that, I would honestly,
it'd be
I would,
good. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Then that would
that
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 would
would make
make
me think about getting an Xbox.
yeah that would make more people think. Oh, actually, I'm gonna, you know, yeah, go across see what it's like on the other side. But yeah,
Mm.
hopefully, I'm looking forward to their event. So it should be
Yeah,
good. And
they need
obviously,
something like that. They need a big IP, like some kind of license. Although obviously I don't want to miss out because I'm going to go on the PlayStation side. But obviously with Spider-Man, do you know what I mean? That's like their big IP,
yeah,
and it's yeah, Xbox needs something like that. I know they've got obviously Halo and stuff like that, and Gears, but I feel like they need something like recognized outside, like some kind of big movie franchise. Do you know what I mean? Something that was like already got a fan base and they've got exclusive rights to the games, or do you know what I mean, like a deal or whatever. Even if they like, I don't know, as much as I wouldn't like it because obviously it's my favorite IP, but after EA obviously lose the license for Star Wars, imagine them getting Star Wars picking that up. That's
yeah,
massive.
it'd be mental. So yeah, no, hopefully, yeah, this they're going to bring out the big guns at their
Mm,
event,
mm,
and then it should be good.
mm. Yep, 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 yep. Last story, which kind of segues nicely into the main topic of the show, which is basically the leaks for Ubisoft, which seems to happen every year. Every year, all like normally before E3, everything that's shown at the Ubisoft conference leaks, especially Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed seems to leak every year, like you know everything about it. It's a bit, I don't know.
Yeah, they
I
don't
would be
seem to.
so disappointed if I was them.
Yeah, but then like they leaked Far Cry 6 got leaked, and then straight away they had like a little trailer for it. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so was it leaked or did they leak it themselves? So yeah, I'm not sure, but
I definitely don't think they leaked it themselves. And that tweet where it was like, I can't remember the character's name is, but it's something like he doesn't approve of this, and I think that was like a wink at
oh okay,
we didn't want this, but we're gonna just respond in the best way we can. Um, with like a picture of him and his son, which is supposed to be rumored to be Fast from.
yeah, yeah. So
Have you heard that
I've
rumor?
got that written down. Yeah, there's been to Vars, but then I was looking into Far Cry earlier on a little bit. There's also they said that it's set in present day, so unless Far Cry
Hmm.
3 was set in the future, which you know could have been, I suppose.
Hmm.
But yeah, no. And I suppose yeah, we talk about Far Cry now if you want. It's
Yeah, go for it.
yeah, the first one. So this is the game. It's coming out next year, so February the 18th.
Yes.
So it's yeah. So Far Cry 6 is set in like there isn't really a lot we know. Set in like a Caribbean setting. I think it's supposed to be like modelled around Cuba. Um,
Sure.
Basically, it's kind of like number four. There's an evil dictator, and you play as one of the locals who gets like thrust into it, who has to try and take him down to I don't know, yeah, to restore some sort of democracy and free his country from this evil dictator. But yeah, it's
Hmm.
interesting that they've got like the kid so prominently on the poster as well
Hmm.
as the guy from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, who is don't know if I'm saying this right, Giancarlo Esposito. Don't know if I said
Yeah.
that right.
Giancarlo. Yeah, I think
Giancarlo,
it's.
yeah, yeah. So it is interesting, yeah, and it would be pretty cool if they did, you know, somehow tie that in. But
Hmm.
I think other than that, it's kind of there wasn't no gameplay at Ubisoft Forward, was there? There was that big
Nope.
trailer, like the
Hmm.
big
Which looks fantastic.
yeah, there's the big intro. It kind of like a Netflix original intro going on.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, no gameplay, and I think it's just gonna be a bit until they release more details. Obviously, it looks like it's just going to be a bit of a standard Far Cry. If you played one, you've kind of uh,
Hmm.
played a lot of them. So
Well, we don't know any details about it yet, or do we? Because I haven't seen any details about that. What's changed, what's not changed, but it needs to change. My biggest thing with Far Cry is I do feel like I've got a bit of a fatigue with Far Cry. Like I don't
yeah,
really care about it anymore. it's kind of like from playing five, I've bought them all. I've had like three since number three, which is my favorite. Then I had four, which is like, okay, you're basically free, but just reskinned, and you're in Asia now, which I never finished. And then five was like, okay, completely different. You're now in America. Interesting story. All the stories are always interesting because always the villain, or whatever you want to call them, is always a very interesting character.
Yeah,
And obviously, once again, they're always focusing on the villain because it's always, like you said, some crazy dictator, and obviously you've got to liberate the land or escape or wherever it is. But it's always like your character that you play is never that interesting. It's always about the villains in Far Cry. But yeah, in terms of gameplay, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, something needs to change massively for it to make it interest me again.
yeah. I'm looking at some of the like screenshots of it now, and it looks amazing. It looks really good. Um, and like so, it looks like I don't know if they're like some of the guns you got there. They look like they're kind of like homemade. So I don't know if that will play into it. You know, if you're in like somewhere where you can't readily available get weapons and that, you have to kind of make your own, or which would be pretty cool if you could like make and modify
Yeah,
weapons. Um,
mm,
it said
yeah, that would be cool.
it will come out on all the next gen, obviously, and
Yep,
PC via Epic Game Store and Uplay, and
yep.
anyone who buys it on PS4 and Xbox One will get be able to upgrade for free to the next gen console. So it's pretty good.
Okay, makes sense.
So yeah, and they've also they ain't got no listed on any features, but I've got a list of all the editions you can get. So you can get the standard edition, which is just the base game, the gold
Mm,
edition, which is the base game and the season pass. So maybe more DLC like the others had. The ultimate edition is uh, the base game and the season pass, plus Jungle Expedition pack, Croc Hunter pack, and Vice pack downloadable
okay.
DLC. Bonus DLC, sorry, and you got the collector's edition, which is the box set, which includes the Ultimate Edition, a steel bookcase, 64-page art book, stickers, a chorizo keyring, a soundtrack, map of Yara, and a 72 centimeter display model of the Tostador flamethrower from the game, and in brackets, assembly required. So yeah, they've got all the different versions you can get. But
Okay, okay.
yeah, I missed out on five. I didn't get five. Didn't play five, so
Mm.
I definitely go in for this. It looks good. I am a Far Cry fan, so yeah, looking forward to that one. And next year, it's like the February the 18th. So
Yeah, I look forward to seeing some gameplay and more details before I make my decision on
yeah,
it.
well
Because as it stands, yeah, I won't be buying the game.
at the end of the Ubisoft Forward, they said they're going to be another one later in the year, didn't they? So yeah,
Yes, yes.
I noticed that there was no. You wanted last week. We said what we'd want to see. You wanted to see a Prince of Persia, and I wanted to see a Splinter Cell. We saw neither.
Mm,
There
mm.
was that.
You see Sam Fisher though,
Yeah,
didn't you?
I wasn't happy with that. You know, you got that. What was it? What was it called?
Elite Squad.
Elite Squad. Tom Clancy's Elite Squad. I think they're just kind of pissing all over Tom Clancy's grave now, aren't they? Really, a little bit. Um, Elite Squad, yeah, and it's got. I'd say no. Just bring out a Splinter Cell game. Don't put him in a mobile game. It's
Yeah,
and you had the other mobile game, which is Era of Chaos. Um, so yeah, I'm not a big mobile game guy. Obviously, there's a market for it because they're making the games, and a lot of people do buy them. But yeah, that's
yeah.
not really.
Microtransactions and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, freemium. I think yeah, so it's free to
yeah.
play, but you have
Well,
to
you had
kind of.
the other one, didn't you? Brawlhalla. Is that also mobile, or is that
No, I don't think
something?
that's mobile. I think that's an actual full. I thought got the one. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a Smash game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I thought that was mobile as well.
yeah.
PC. Is it PC? Maybe. I don't know.
It might be. Yeah, I don't know. To be fair, I'm
Not
going to be
sure.
completely honest now. When I was watching it, I know it went on very late in the UK, but when I was watching it, I fell asleep, so I had to rewatch it later on. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay. Interesting.
yeah, I was very tired yesterday. So yeah, um,
Fair enough.
but
It wasn't. But go on. Sorry.
no, I was going to say yeah, the those three games, the two mobile games and the Brawlhalla one, yeah, that wasn't
Mm.
really my up my alley, but. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you thought they looked good or you'd play them or.
No, I always check out whenever there's like any mobile games or anything like that. I always check out,
Yeah,
and it's one of the things I praised when we did our review on the EA Play from this year.
yeah,
Is that they finally cut out the mobile stuff because it just stops the flow. I think that should be a separate conference. I'm sure there is like a I don't know a mobile conference just for mobile games,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and just put them there. Like people tune in for your okay. I know every game can't be AAA, and it's for everything for everybody, but I don't know. I just feel like they always slow the flow of the conference, and that's the reason why they put it in the middle because they don't open with it, they don't end with it because I don't know. I just feel like it really slows the thing, and even with like them talking to the devs and you're at the desk with the dev and they're talking about their stuff, it's kind of like once the game's like just cut that out. We don't need to see that. Just show us the game, show us the trailers, give us
yeah,
details, and if they just did that, I feel like the rest of it was pretty good. I feel like it did have any wow factors because, like we said, it all leaked. Unfortunately, I think the reveal of Far Cry 6 would have been quite exciting
yep,
with like you said with the actor from Breaking Bad in it and stuff. It would have been like wow, and with that trailer, which looked really cool. Um, yeah, it kind of lost that. The only thing I did think would looked really actually looked quite cool, which is obviously not my thing because it's Battle Royale, but that Hyperscape, I thought that was really interesting.
okay, yeah, the one that looked like the what was it, Ready Player One.
Yeah, it's like basically you're in a VR world, isn't it, in the future, and yeah, it just looks, I don't know, it just looks quite cool. Compared to the other Battle Royale games, as like a concept and a story behind it, it seems more interesting than the others. I'm not obviously
A big Battle
gonna
Royale
play it,
fan,
but
yeah.
yeah. What do you think of it?
Yeah, it looked good. The only Battle Royale game I've ever played was the COD Warzone, and I only had a few games of that. Right near the
Yeah.
beginning of lockdown, me and my mates played it, and I just died every single time. They get one kill, and I was just, yeah, it just. I'm not saying it's the game's fault; it's my fault. I'm shit at playing it, but yeah, it just kind of wasn't my cup of tea. Never played Fortnite, never played PUBG, Apex Legends. I haven't played. So yeah, again, looks good. Great. Looks like it's got a good concept and that good story to it. But yeah, I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah, definitely not that type of thing, but it does look cool. And I like, did you see the gameplay where it was on the Twitch where you could vote what happens next, like the events, which is because I wondered how it was going to work with the integration with Twitch. And
Okay,
it's basically a voting thing. So I think you like certain point within the game, there's like a voting which happens on Twitch or everybody that's watching it. They can either like change the gravity, so you can change to like low gravity, I don't know, you can change like how the game plays by
oh,
voting,
that's
and it's
pretty
obviously
good.
people
Yeah,
watching it. So
yeah,
yeah, they're trying to obviously encourage watchers and obviously streamers to play the game on Twitch,
yeah,
which obviously is where I think these battle royales make a lot of their money because I think obviously Fortnite dominates on them platforms. So I think it's their
yeah,
way of trying to I don't know because there's a lot of battle royals and kind of like oh how can you be a bit more diverse or different from the others, and I think they've definitely achieved that. So yeah,
yeah. No, yeah,
interesting.
definitely.
See what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah,
I think they'll definitely find their own little audience with it, a bit like Overwatch, and do you know what I mean? Like them other games where it's kind of got its own unique little audience of fans, and I think
yeah.
this will
Like
get the
yeah,
same.
you kind of pick a character, you stick with that one character, and you learn everything, absolutely everything about them, and yeah, there's you go through it. Yeah, no, I think Overwatch is a big one for that. So yeah, if if he could like, well, think that guy, who's that guy, Cliff Blazinski, who bought out Outlaws. He bought his own like little battle royale out, didn't it? And it completely bombed, and then they had to shut the studio, and so
Mm,
it's those sort of stuff can go wrong. Like trying to bring something out into a market that's already really heavily dominated by other games that people love.
yeah,
It
yeah.
it can be tricky, but yeah,
Bloody waters.
yeah, it's it does look it does look good. Yeah,
Yeah, you know, it does, it does.
but I'm not going to play it.
Uh,
I'm not going to pretend I'm going to play it 'cause I won't. So
yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I'm definitely because it looks really fast as well. No, when you just know, I know I'm just gonna get destroyed. Like,
exactly,
I
yeah,
couldn't even do Fortnite, and like you said with COD, I didn't even bother because I knew I would just die, and it's just not fun. Keep dying when you play these games. I'm just
yeah,
like, oh. So yeah, I'd rather just check out. So yeah, I leave it to the professionals.
yes,
But a game that I will most likely definitely check out is Watchdogs. What did you think of that?
yes. That looks really good. I really like that. It's set in London. Like the
Mm,
futuristic London
same.
looks really cool.
Yeah, it does.
Like just from like the trailer we saw. I've not played it. I never. I've said before, I like Watch Dogs. Sorry, I didn't like Watch Dogs 1. Played a little bit, didn't get on with it. Never played Watch Dogs 2 because it's a buy, but this one is cool. It's piqued my interest and it's hooked me. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. It's really good. Being able to like to recruit anyone, you can recruit anyone you see, and everyone's well, that's what they say. Everyone's got their own special skill and ways of doing it. I think is really really interesting. Um,
Yeah, same.
like the trailer they showed, like there's one, you go in as the construction worker, but then you can do it completely differently as like the hacker.
Yep.
And the bit where you play as the assassin, which I thought was really cool, when you like basically John Wick, just going
Yeah,
in,
it was film
just
work. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, just absolutely destroying them all. I thought it looked really really good, and it seems like it's got quite a good story. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I will definitely pick this up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same, same. Yeah, I thought it looked really good. I think it definitely looks better than what it did last year.
yeah,
I was like kind of lukewarm on it, and this year it just looks so much better than what it did before. Yeah, also I really like that it's London. Obviously, we're from the UK and from around that way, so yeah, that's really cool. I also like that they put it in the future. That's where I think Watch Dogs belongs. I think the issue with Watch Dogs 1 and 2 is that it was kind of set in modern day, and they just couldn't quite get the theme. I think with Watch Dogs 1, they tried making it a bit more like dark or whatever, and you was playing, I can't remember what the main character's name is. But then the second one, they kind of tried doing a reverse, and you was like in San Francisco, and there's all these Happy Larry. And I played both of them, and I finished the first one, but I never finished the second one. I just really didn't like the second one.
yeah,
I just didn't really like the story. I didn't really connect with the character. I just don't know. I just found them quite annoying, to be fair. And I found the controls a bit weird, like they were a bit clunky. There's like
yeah,
a lot going on, and it was kind of like a little bit like I don't know, because we had so many different gadgets, so many different things. I just never found it that good. And my only worry going into this game, and from watching quite a few YouTube videos, because I know a few influencers or gamers or whatever you want to call them, has had hands on with both Watch Dogs and obviously Assassin's Creed, what we'll go on to. And I think one of the kind of, they said it wasn't the criticisms, but it is this still feels like Watch Dogs. So
okay.
if you didn't like the previous Watch Dogs, this hasn't changed. It's the same
Oh,
game. Like it feels the
okay.
same. Although you're playing as different characters, it still very much feels like you're playing Watch Dogs,
So
which is
maybe
like, oh,
I
I
won't
don't
like
know if I
it.
like that.
Yeah, so maybe it's yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll still give it a go. Because I think it
Mm.
looks complete. I've only played Watch Dogs 1, and that was only for about an hour or two, so it looks completely different to that. So I'll give it, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it does look cool, and I think they said in the like I just said, in the future, I think is where the game belongs, and I hope they really push it to like the real future, a
yeah,
bit like a cyberpunk type thing, and they just keep going further and further in the future. Because I think even get silly with like the tech and the gadgets and the guns and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Just like keep pushing the boundaries of that. I think you can make the game a little bit more funner if you push it to the future and get a little bit silly with the weapons and things.
exactly. Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
can
no,
do more.
yeah, go on, sorry.
I was just saying, I was just agreeing with you. You're saying, yeah, you can do a lot more if you're set in the future. So
Yeah.
yeah, with gadgets and that, and yeah, I think it looks really good. Like all the different ways you can approach it. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
definitely. Yeah.
that one definitely piqued my interest, and it's out on the 29th of October.
Well, it's a very, I don't know. I'm a little bit worried for it because what that's 2 weeks, 3 weeks away from Assassin's Creed
Yeah,
and Cyberpunk, and I don't know what else is going to be announced for around that window. I just feel like that if you was going to pick up any of them games around that window, that would be like my last pick, personally.
and there's
So
I don't know
I feel
as
like it.
go on, sorry.
Go on, sorry.
As I
I'll
say, I don't
finish.
know if COD has been announced yet, but obviously usually a COD comes out around that time as well. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
hasn't, has it yet?
no, so that'll if that comes out
Yeah.
this year, which I dare say it will, it'll be around that time as well. So yeah, it's going to be
Mm.
pretty busy, and especially when you think of a game like Cyberpunk when that comes out, that's going to have hours and absolutely it's absolutely tons of time of play time on that. So it's if people are going to buy one game and get the think I'm going to want a game that I'm going to get the most of and get a lot out of it, they're probably going to go with Cyberpunk, like you say. So
Yeah.
Yeah, be
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Is that going to be at the Xbox event? Have they switched back to Xbox?
oh, what the old COD?
Hmm.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, because I say it's a bit odd that we haven't. It's a yeah that we haven't
Yeah,
heard any announcement.
Activision doing their own event? I've not heard anything.
I think I saw something that might be set in Vietnam. Well, actually, no, that was for Far Cry
What, the
6.
event is set in
Yeah, yeah,
Vietnam?
it's Vietnam. No, that was wrong. Sorry. I think I saw that it might be Cold War, like a Cold War. Stuff
Ah,
in there.
okay.
So yeah, yeah, I don't buy the CODs anymore. Um, yeah, even though like some of the storylines were good. I bought obviously all the Modern Warfares back in the day, but I haven't bought a COD in years. Just kind of
Sure.
dropped off of them, to be honest.
Mm.
But,
Yeah, I can't see anything online. I Googled, I can't see any event announced. So, yeah, they must be not doing an event. Yeah, so that means they must be at Xbox. The
yeah,
only thing that makes sense.
which is
So, very
interesting.
doubt they're skipping a year for the first time ever.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
No, I doubt they'll do that.
yeah, I'm sure. Activision want to get their cash in, especially in the new console year.
Yeah,
So yeah, going back to the Watch Dogs, yeah, it does look great, but in that area, it's kind of like I know you've delayed it already, and you want to probably get it out as quick as, but just delay it a little bit longer. Put it to January when there's nothing there, and
yeah,
I think you would have a lot more time because it's kind of like, okay, we're going to start this. Could be a couple of weeks in. I don't know what else is around that. Maybe there'll be more things announced at Microsoft that's coming out then that I'm going to play. And then obviously, as soon as Assassin's Creed comes out, which is like what 2 days before, or 3 days before Cyberpunk, which is like absolutely devastating for Assassin's Creed. To be fair, because that's just going to kill that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. November the
yeah, both
17th,
of them.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly. Is it
Yeah.
19th is for Cyberpunk?
Um,
19th,
I,
I think.
you know what? I'll Google it and I'll check
I think
for
it's the 19th.
for our listener, for that our one listener. I'll let him know, or I'll let them know. So let me have a look. Cyberpunk release date. Here we go.
It's the 19th.
19th of November. I told you.
Yeah,
You were saying no, it ain't, and I was like, yeah, yeah, it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, since we're kind of half talking about it now, what's your thoughts on Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
Well, I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game. I think I said to you since the Ezio ones. So
Sure.
it looks good, but I don't know how. It looks a lot different, but I don't know how different it is from like Odyssey and
Odyssey.
Origins. Because when I was the
Yeah,
ones I played, I was used to knocking around as Ezio. So
sure, yeah.
it looks obviously looks good. The story seems quite good. And again, it's another game that's set in the UK, set in Norfolk. Near like I think it's like I read somewhere that it's set around Thetford and Norwich. Obviously, I don't think they called that at the time, but
Yeah, it was Anglo-Saxon, wasn't
yeah.
it? And it
So
was divided into different kingdoms. It wasn't actually England or the UK or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. So it's I think it was England, but it certainly wasn't the UK.
Was it England still? I don't
I
think it
think
was England because
yeah, I think it
I don't
was.
think England got formed until we
Uh,
aligned as one kingdom. No, and made
yeah,
London the capital.
well, no, England was around before we come to the UK because England was still around when obviously there was at war with Scotland, and then
Okay.
I don't know about it's turned into now. You're listening to the Bad History podcast, yeah, where we talk about stuff we don't know nothing about. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, but
What's the difference? We just pretend we know about games. Is that here?
yeah, yeah,
You can bluff. We bluff about that, but we can't bluff about
yeah,
history.
we can blag about not know much about games, but we can't really blag
Mm,
about history. Um,
yeah, true.
but yeah, no, it does looks really good. Like the that you can do raids, so you can just like sail down a river and then just kind of like raid on the like a little village and take all their stuff. I noticed that they didn't say rape and pillage because that probably would be a bit too much.
Too,
Yeah, a bit
yeah,
too
yeah, yeah.
Viking accurate. And then what was it? Those big was it called Siege, where you can just kind of like lay waste to like some sort of big fortress and just
Sure.
like charge in there. That was really good. I used to play.
Cool. Yeah.
Played this game years ago on the 360, and that was a Viking game. I can't remember what it was
Mm,
called. It was called Viking, and then something else. And that you had to go around and recruit your armies, and they used to attack big strongholds and that, and with giants were there and everything. That was really good.
okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like the look of that. that looks pretty good. But speaking of me not playing the other Assassin's Creed, um, there's a sale on the PS Store at the minute, so I am gonna dip in and get Odyssey. So yeah, if anyone's listening and they ain't played it like myself, it's only I think it's 15.99 on the PlayStation Store. So
Yeah, it's good.
yeah,
Perfect.
I'm gonna dip in and I'm gonna want to play that before Valhalla. So yeah, no, it does look really good, and like the I don't know, or you might have some more opinions on it because you've played the last two, unlike me.
Yeah,
So what do you
yeah,
think?
yeah. I would first of all, I wouldn't play Odyssey at the moment with Ghost coming up because I think they're going to be very similar games,
Oh yeah, no,
and you're probably going to have back to back.
I'm gonna down. It's like Days Gone. I downloaded it and it's on my PlayStation, but I haven't played it yet. I just want to get it before it goes up in price again.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Don't worry, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll play Ghosts.
All right, man. It was a pro tip. It was
You
a
know,
pro tip.
yeah, sure. Tip.
Um, yeah, everything you said you liked, I like as well. I like the raids; it's really cool, and I like the obviously doing the forts and stuff and taking them over, and that you got to build obviously your recruits and stuff, and you can get them around obviously England. I like that you build your settlement as well.
Yeah, that was
It's
cool.
kind of it's kind of like obviously you haven't played Origins and Odyssey, and Origins and Odysseys both took more and more steps to becoming more of an RPG
Okay,
and becoming a full RPG. So like Odyssey introduced like the text stuff where you can choose your text and depending on how you interact with characters in it changes the story and it makes it a bit more diverse and obviously they've kept that here and now they're adding settlements and now they've added like a skill tree like in like an RPG where you've got to go around and you've got to find books of knowledge
okay,
rather than getting skill points and you just unlock them you've got to go around and you've got to like find them
okay,
which I think is really cool. Obviously, you've got all the little mini games and stuff which are would be in an RPG. Also, with health, your health doesn't regenerate anymore. You actually have to eat. You've got to make food, which is like an RPG that's never happened in Assassin's Creed before.
okay. Yeah, like
Um,
Zelda, like as well. You had to and Zelda, you had to have make your own food and that.
exactly, yeah, like a lot of
Yeah,
RPGs and stuff.
yeah.
So, um, yeah, and obviously they're adding different factions, which I think is good. I think some of the criticisms that have been in the previous Assassin's Creed is every enemy type is the same. It's just
Mm.
the opposition army, and it's just the same pretty much characters. You have the heavy, you have a light, you have the archer, and they're the kind of the three models, and that's it. It's like wherever you go, it's the same ones.
Yeah,
With this, apparently, they've got different factions, different
yeah.
types
You
of
saw that, didn't you?
enemies and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. No, that looked good.
yeah, you
Yeah,
did see them a bit. Yeah,
yeah. Look, you got to learn their weaknesses and find out how to take them on.
exactly.
And what I don't know. There wasn't no dialogue options on the ones I used to play. Has that been in like Odyssey and Origins as well before? Or
It got introduced in Odyssey, so
okay,
Odyssey was the first one where you could do the dialogue options and stuff. Yeah,
okay, cool. Yeah, no, it does look. It looks really. Does look really good. I did like that you can kind of play it how you want to. You can have two swords, like one sword, obviously two axes. You can play the game if you want just your combat to be two shields. So
yeah, I saw that. It's
you can
funny.
just like double up, like double Captain America. Just going in there, two shields.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that was really good. And
yeah, no, yeah, no, it's good.
like Odyssey, sorry, yeah, Odyssey. You can be male or female. So
Mm,
yeah, it's just pretty cool.
yeah, I wish they didn't do that though. I feel like they should commit. I think you should just make the character either female or male and just build it around that because hopefully they improve on it. It's got nothing to do with changing the whatever sex you are, but
Yeah.
I found in Odyssey, which was the first one to do that. Um, I guess could you do that in Syndicate as well? Because I guess you could be the sister or the brother. But anyway, I know they were separate now. It's fine. That's a different thing. But in Odyssey, you could do that, and it was kind of like you was kind of almost limited to like the combat options.
All right.
Like the animations were like the same. If you picked a sword, you would kind of do the same animations, and then the finisher was kind of like the same finisher every time. And
Right.
I kind of wish like they they like reduced the amount of weapons you had, and you had like these different animation, and you just made it a little bit more cooler. And looking at the trailers for this, they are doing it. It looks like if you're near a wall and you finish them, you will smash them against the wall, or if you've got a different fin. Do you know what I mean? There's like seems to be a lot more interactive around the world that you're in,
Yeah.
where it's not really like that. You just kind of do the same move to finish them off. Doesn't matter where you are, where you stand in the environment.
So
Where they seem like they've improved on that, which is a lot better.
So you're saying if they're going to take like take the time and the decision to make you be able to play, male or female character, then invest in it more. You want to see
Yes.
different animations for the male character and the female character.
Yeah, make
Yeah,
it
yeah,
diverse for the
yeah.
world rather than just the same model, but one's got a beard and one hasn't got a beard,
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah. I
and
get you,
two
mate.
different
Yeah,
voice actors. Like, I feel like it needs to be more than just that.
yeah,
Either do that or just don't do it at all and just pick one. Like, I'm
yeah,
not being like, oh, it's always got to be a man. Like, just pick the woman then. Like, I like Horizon. You play as Aloy. Like, it's fine. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? I have no
Exactly.
issues with that. So they've just picked one. Like, if they had two options where Eli is now a man, I'm like, and they made the game worse. No, I don't want that. Just make
Yeah,
the best possible game you can, and just pick one
yeah,
character.
yeah.
And I
No,
think the game suffers because they try to make it more diverse.
yeah, yeah. I get what you mean. I totally get what you mean. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, just a bit more time into it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, completely understand what you're saying.
Because it's not like although they obviously imagine multiple studios work on Assassin's Creed and they go in a bit like a circle, a bit like what Activision does with COD. Obviously, it's not the same studio makes COD every year. They kind of, I think there's like three or four different studios and they all take their turn.
Yeah.
And I imagine Ubisoft got the same system with Assassin's Creed because it's like, how do they turn these around? So, especially how big they are now. Um, but yeah, I feel like less is more at the moment with Assassin's Creed, and I think they just need to make it a little bit more quality rather than quantity.
Mm. Well, it's
And I feel like that,
at least it's not. They used to bring out yearly, didn't they? And then that's when they really started to suffer. So at least now it's every other year. So
sure,
yeah, I think because when Unity come out, it was buggy as hell, wasn't it? So that's when they
yeah, it
kind of
was, yeah.
stepped back and was like, we're gonna really.
With Syndicate, the one after that was the one when they stepped back because no one bought it.
Oh, okay,
Which the one that's set in London, fun
yeah.
enough, it was in Victoria, London.
Because I remember when we went to a Eurogamer, didn't we, once in Birmingham, and you queued up
Yeah.
to play Assassin's Creed, and I queued up to play Far Cry, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, wasn't it? So um,
Origins.
Origin, sorry, yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused. Um, in my I don't know why I'm getting confused, but yeah, sorry, and you queued up and I played Far Cry 5. So um,
Yeah, that was the quickest demo I ever did. I queued up literally an hour.
yeah, I queued up so
And I
long.
played like yeah, I think you got was yours quicker than mine because I feel like you was out before me. But yeah, I queued up for like an hour and then because I watched the whole episode of Suits on Netflix during my
Oh,
queue.
really?
Like a full hour episode, I just turned it on and then I had my headphones in, and then when the episode ends, I was like second from like front, so I
Yeah,
was like, okay, great.
I
And
didn't.
yeah, and I played 15 minutes. I was in it, and then also the next thing I know, some guys tapping me on my shoulder say I'm done. I'm like, what? I literally did like one mission. I was exploring because it was so big. But yeah, no,
I think
good games.
I didn't have earphones or anything. I think I was just standing there, just bored out of my mind. It's just, yeah, it's good. What I played of it though was good, but then I didn't buy it when it came out, so I don't really know. I don't know. Yeah, what happened.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, because that would have been Far Cry 5, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, at the same
Far Cry 5,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird as well. When you think now something like that, you just kind of can't think of going to an event like that where you're touching the same controllers as everyone. I think me and you, we had hand sanitizer anyway, but you're putting.
Did we?
Because I think you said you talked to someone who said, "Oh, well, they're pretty grubby," or you might have said maybe we should have bought some. But yeah, thinking about going to something like that now is very, very strange. You just can't see it happening.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because it
Yeah.
was good. Although I think we went there, drove all the way up from London to Birmingham, and
Mm.
then played two games. I think we would have played Star Wars and I played Far Cry. You played Assassin's Creed. I think that was about it, wasn't it?
Did we do Shadow of War as well? Or was the queue too long for that? I feel
I think
like
the queue was.
Shadow was definitely there, but I don't know if we queued and did
I
it.
don't think we
I
did
don't
it.
know.
No, the Detroit Become Human was there as well, and that was really long, so we didn't do that. I think
No.
yeah, we just kind of looked around,
We
didn't
went
we?
to do the VR. We then saw, was it PlayStation Experience?
Okay, yeah,
They,
yeah,
them people there. I yanked a fucking God of War t-shirt out of
Oh
my
yeah,
man's
remember that?
hand.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was like, "This is mine." He was on the floor.
yeah.
He had his hands on it. I had my hands on it, and I just yanked it.
We had
Fuck off.
to sing happy birthday to someone, and I refused. Uh,
Did you? Okay. Yeah, sounds like you. Something you would do.
um, and
Arms crossed in the corner,
yeah.
angry.
No, I'm like Larry David. I don't do it. I don't sing happy birthday.
No, I
But
feel like we must have played more games than just two games. I feel like there's another one. Would you play anything on the Switch? I feel like there's some Switch
oh,
stuff.
maybe yeah. I can yeah. I when we went to that one, it was fun. But I used to go to them when they weren't that big, and they used to be a lot better because obviously using a small area and more games and that. I remember I went to one. I can't remember what year it was, but it was really. I think it's like 2010 or
Yeah.
2011, and it was such a good. It was the year when Fallout New Vegas was there. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
2009 then maybe. No, 2009, 2010. And it was so good. It was so good. Yeah, the last one we went, it's this kind of. It was a lot more like PC stuff as well, and like shops selling PC stuff, weren't there? It was a bit.
Yeah. There's a whole
Um,
PC
yeah,
section. Yeah, sected to it. But yeah.
I don't know. I don't know,
You know, it was good.
why I brought this up. It's a total tangent away from that. Reminiscing about Eurogamer Expo, but
I still get emails from them at EGX, and I think they're doing an event this year, but it's like virtual, which is I
yeah,
don't know how they can
and
do a virtual event. Like,
I'd,
it's a bit weird.
I
But.
would definitely go to one again. Then moving up to Birmingham for us was a bit of a hassle, but I'd have
I
to.
think last year they moved it back to London though,
How did they?
which was a pain because obviously I moved to Sheffield. So
Yeah, I think they used to because where they used to do it, they used to do it at the Earls Court. I think it's been knocked down now, so I don't think it's there no more. Earls Court. Is it
yeah,
Earls?
it's at the XL.
Oh, it was at the Excel, was it? Okay, yeah. So now, yeah, if you do it in Birmingham again, I'd have to come up still, and you'd have to come down now. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think they'll keep it at London because last year's one was at London, so at the XL they moved it back. So yeah, it makes sense
well,
just to
if
keep it at
they ever,
London because
if we're ever allowed to get into groups of more than like two households and not sterilize yourself every 2 minutes and keep 5 meters apart, that is 2 meters.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah. Well, if they're going to do concerts again, which I'm sure they will, or sporting events, or I don't know, anything in an arena, like in the
yeah,
O2 or whatever, then surely that will be allowed as well, because all them things will just have to stop.
yeah, no. Just
No,
wait for it to blow over.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if
Well,
you.
that was some kind of segue from Assassin's Creed
Yeah, I didn't actually. We have to.
back into events.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do I time code Assassin's Eurogamer Expo talk or just
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
do it.
so I don't have any more thoughts on Assassin's Creed. It looks really good out later this year. Um, it's good that you can, if you do get it on the current gen, you can upgrade to the next gen. Especially if you've like got
Mm.
halfway through and then you just want to, and then you get a new console and then you can upgrade it. That's
I
pretty.
think the consoles will be out before.
You
I
reckon?
still believe that. Yeah, that week of Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed, the consoles are either coming out that week or the week before.
Okay, that's another. That's talking
Because
about.
they even said at launch, the game at launch will be on PS5 and Xbox Series X. And I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm just reading into that and it's just a word thing, and I'm trying to like connect the dots here, but I saw through the crack.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know what they're saying.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's yeah, it does make sense. It does make real sense. And then speaking of next gen consoles, Sony released a picture of what the game case is going to look like for the next PS5 games, and it's basically exactly the same as a PS4. It just says PS5. So I don't know who,
Yeah,
big
yeah. Well,
news.
it's the white trim at the top, isn't it? And it was kind of like I saw a few people online who looked a bit excited about it, and it's just like, why?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, no.
The most unexciting news ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the same. Which I will never buy one because I'm going to buy the digital
yeah,
version.
we all know you're
So,
digital guy, digital Reese. So
digital.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah. Thank you for showing me something I will never buy.
yeah, I'll buy
I
it.
look forward to seeing it in the shops.
Yeah, yeah, no, it does.
You're looking forward to the white trim to go with your white console.
I don't want a white console. I want a black console.
Same do I. I don't want a white
So I
console. I
know
want a black one.
there was a leaked picture of like a black one, or people saying there is going to be a black one, but they don't know if it was just if it's fake. So um, yeah, I don't like
Do you
the.
reckon Miles Morales Spider-Man Special Edition is going to be black?
Oh, if it is, I'd have to buy that one because I don't want a. I don't really like the white looking like the white console, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get used to it, I suppose. So, but I'm not going to buy it as soon as it. I'm not going to buy it when it comes out later this year anyway. So by the time I get it, you might be able to get in different colours. Yeah,
hopefully, yeah. I'm sure they'll have the special edition. I'm sure they will have the Spider-Man one, but or maybe they won't. I don't know because it's at
yeah,
launch. It seems a bit strange to add a special edition straight away. But yeah, if they do that, then yeah, I would definitely try and pick that up. However, I probably will get it at launch, and I probably will try and pre-order it. So
yeah.
I'll probably have a right one for the
You're
first
gonna
one.
have to review all the next gen games then, I'm afraid. So
All of them
it's
forever,
gonna
yeah.
be an expensive time for you. So because I get it's
Well,
gonna be quite expensive
thankfully,
because
I think. Oh,
oh, go on. Sorry, we just keep
go on, sorry.
talking over each other.
We keep breaking up and talking over each other. Yeah, sorry. But I only want to say one thing. Well, for the first kind of what, 6 months to, I don't know, we'll say 8 to 10 months, they're pretty much going to be like cross-gen where they're all going to be, must be the same price because they're all going to be free to come over.
Yeah,
Unless you buy an NBA 2K,
oh yeah, you
this
got to
is
pay.
really the only one not doing it. But unless you buy that, like you said, even like Far Cry that's coming out February next year, that's still got the free upgrade.
Yeah,
So I feel like all the games are going to be doing that until what, when they're going to stop? A year later?
yeah, I
Do you know what I
reckon.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, see, yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, when are they going to be like, well, that's enough, and that, yeah, that's if you didn't, if you ain't done it now, it's too late. Yeah,
yeah. Horizon, maybe the first one,
yeah, there's
maybe.
only going to be like a a certain amount of grace period, isn't there? So yeah, it's,
Yeah.
but
You've had your luck.
yeah,
Now
exactly.
it's going up. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just going to say as well, it is going to be an expensive time because obviously we're going to have to be buying all these games because we don't get no codes. No, although we begged for codes, no one listened. So it's,
Yeah, we did try very hard though because we haven't sent it out
no,
anywhere.
we
But
said we needed our listeners and that. And I think we just need to get our listener base up a little bit more. Or
yeah, you think? Yeah.
our good listenership.
Okay. Yeah. Well, once that happens, then yeah, we'll
Yeah,
try and request it to try and make better content for the guys at home.
yeah,
But yeah, no, yeah, it is going to be definitely expensive in November.
yeah.
Obviously, 2 games and a console is pretty hefty. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, obviously we bought I got Last of Us 2 and I've pre-ordered Ghosts. So I can't remember the last time I bought two like brand new releases back to back. Just doesn't hasn't happened. So in a good way,
yeah.
it's a good because I'm getting to play more games now we're doing this
Mm.
podcast. So yeah,
I don't
it's
know if this is true, but I've heard that the game's really long. Like the main campaign is like 40 hours.
oh really well we'll
Yeah, I heard that, I was like, oh no,
yeah we'll
because that's not going to be a weekly review over the weekend.
yeah no it might be a couple of weeks before we yeah
Yeah, well, we'll see once it's confirmed of the actual time. Obviously we'll do our thoughts, our early impressions, whatever you want to call it, next episode because
yeah
obviously the game comes out this Friday. And also we have the weekend to have a bit of a deep dive at the beginning, and then obviously we'll see whether or not we can do a full review the week after. If not, it'll have to be the week after that potentially.
yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be good. It'd be all right, though, wouldn't it? So, talking about that brings us really good segue then. Talking about how long Ghost is going to be, it brings us into our next segment. How long is it? Which I
yeah,
don't know if you
yeah.
mean it to be like some sort of innuendo. I don't know. I don't. I've been wondering about that, but you know,
Yeah, well, it's
so,
leave it to the imagination. I think. Like,
am-
how long is it? Maybe you can
ambiguous.
extend it away from games.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
Yeah.
like,
You got.
what object are we holding? How long? Do you know what I mean? Like, how long is a piece of string?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
It could be anything.
You're gonna talk. I can see you taking it down to a very dark place in the future.
Yeah. Okay.
No matter how well
Okay.
you be
Well.
like, no, this is about this is a podcast about games, Reese. You need to,
Uh,
you know,
well, we've been on track this whole episode. We've had no
yeah,
hiccups. We kept on track. We've had no problems. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm sure that obviously will go down well as well. So yeah, going on to the game, yeah, like Brad said, we'll go on to how long is it. Since we're on a Ubisoft week, I thought I'll stick to some Ubisoft games that we mentioned earlier, which is Watchdogs. So Watchdogs 1 and 2. In terms of main story, what do you think is longer, the Watchdogs 1 or Watchdogs 2?
I'm just as a total punt. I'm just gonna say two.
It's the longer.
Yeah.
Okay, you would be correct.
Uh huh.
It's literally only by half an hour though.
Oh really?
Yeah, 19 hours to complete Watch Dogs 1 and 19 and a half to complete Watch Dogs 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play
Mm.
either, But no, I know some weeks I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I'll go in and give that a go. But I'm not gonna play them. So but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm not going to go back either. Which, although we're excited for Watchdogs Legion, it's kind of at the same time I still remember that I don't really like Watchdogs that much. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? I feel like
exactly,
there's
yeah,
really a good, there's kind of like a good concept there, which I feel like was all right in the first one, but I didn't like that other people could invade you. They
yeah.
did get rid of that,
I've
I
heard
think, in the
that.
second one.
I heard that in the first
Um,
one. Yeah,
but I don't know if they got this in the new one. If you can invade again, because I one point I didn't even realize that was on, and I think I didn't pause the game, or I did pause the game, got up to go to the toilet, have a drink or whatever, and come back, and someone invaded my game and stole all my money.
yeah. See, it's yeah. I don't like
I
that.
was just like, "You're joking, right?"
Yeah,
I literally stole, what hacked me and took everything. And I swear you could take money because I swear I had no money. I was like, "Wow, well that was a bit." So yeah, after that, I always had to turn that feature off before I like left the game. Like
yeah,
if I paused it to go away, you can like go in the settings and turn off like the online mode where people can invade you. So I turned that off before I did it. But yeah, the first time I just didn't think that anybody would
you do
actually
it.
invade me
Yeah,
because the whole time I played, I only got invaded twice.
yeah.
That was one of them, and there was another time because it was like it never really happened. And it happened to have be the one time I'm actually not playing the game. So yeah, it was a bit of a pain.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that far when I was playing it, but I did hear about that, and I thought it just sounded a bit naff. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Did you
no,
play with the feature turned off the whole time, if I remember?
Y-
Is that you?
no, I haven't played enough to get to that point. So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, but if I did, I would have that feature turned off the whole time. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
mm.
but
Was the main guy's name Nathan? Don't know what's coming to my
I
head
don't know. He had
now.
a really
What's his
shit
name?
coat though. I know he had like some sort of Matrix Neo coat, like a
Yeah, with
long
the hat,
trench
yeah.
coat. Yeah, nah, he looked like some sort of flasher or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, not played it enough. Uh, yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, I think that is a wrap for
yeah,
this week.
we
But yeah,
yeah. Our other segment is what we playing, but obviously we know that this week is going to be Ghosts. So
yes, yes.
we're both going to be playing that over the weekend. So I was able to get my copy ordered because I still like to buy physical. So
Mm.
that'll be delivered Friday.
Mine is downloaded. Funny enough, it didn't do it with Last of Us. I had to download it manually like a couple of days before. But Ghost of Tsushima has been on my PlayStation since like last
Oh
Thursday,
really?
Wednesday. Yeah,
Yeah.
just already downloaded, ready to go, locked. I'm just like, oh, can you just accidentally unlock it right now? I just kind of want to play it.
Well,
It's annoying that
I
it's just
got
still there.
I think I got the Amazon exclusive edition. So
Ooh,
yeah,
sounds.
that's
What'd you get with that? Did you get extras with that?
you just get like you get a few bits, but not nothing major. I think it's got
Okay.
different art on the box, and there's maybe
Okay, cool.
a few other bits, but they didn't have the standard one, and it was the same price, so I just got that.
Okay,
So
fair
yeah,
enough.
that's coming on Friday. So I
Did
bet
you get pre-order bonuses as well? You got any bonuses or nothing in
nah,
the game? Nothing.
nothing like that. No.
Okay.
That will come on Friday. Yeah, so I'll be playing that Saturday. So yeah, that's what we're going to be playing this week. Obviously that, and then like you said, our thoughts on Monday. Well, sorry, our thoughts we record on Monday, and yeah, all our episodes are Wednesday, so it's every Wednesday. So yeah, our thoughts next week, and then probably not the full review, and I don't think to maybe learn it the week after if it's that long. Um,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Like you say, we're both.
Because I find that quite hard to believe that it is that long. That seems a bit much. Just like
Yeah,
we're talking about Witcher territory there, or even beyond Witcher. That's just I
yeah,
don't know. I'm expecting it to be probably longer than obviously Last of Us because that's a linear game, and it's obviously this is open world, and that might be to completion rather than main
yeah,
story. But
exactly. Yeah,
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 um, yeah, I
yeah.
can't see it being that long. But I'm looking forward to it.
We'll give.
It looks really really good.
Yeah, we'll give it a go, and obviously, see if it is a. Remember, we are part-time players, so please, yeah, cut us some slack. But yeah, no, yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back with our faults and whether it is or not a part-time player game. Yeah, so I think that's it now, isn't it? I think that's it for the week. We just got
Yeah,
our social media. Um,
yeah. I'll let you
so
hit it away then. Go for
yeah,
it, mate.
so our social media obviously is Twitter. You can follow us at PT Players Pod, which would be really cool. At the minute, I kind of tweet. I tweet every now and again, and I just kind of think I'm kind of talking to myself a little bit because we've got not, we haven't really got any followers. So it would be nice if it did seem like I was actually interacting with real human beings. Our Facebook page, if you like that, that's Part Time Players Podcast, and our email address is ptplayerspod@gmail.com.
Mm.
Please, if anyone knows how to get that trophy, I'm going to bring it up every week. So until someone lets me know and I get it, I will bring this up every week. So
Okay. Okay.
and like we said last week, any other feedback, if you're liking it, just send us a tweet or an email saying how you like it, and whether, because we don't know, do we? We've never done this before. We don't know if our episodes are too long, if they're too short. So any feedback would be
Yeah.
any sort of feedback would be great. So yeah, let us know, and if you listen on YouTube, like and subscribe, that'd be great, and hit the bell notification, and like I said earlier on, tell a friend if you like our podcast and you like to make us chatting about games, pretending know what they're talking about, and tell a friend if you think they'll like it, and recommend us. That'd be great. That's one of the best ways of getting a podcast out there, I think, isn't it? So yeah,
Yeah, definitely word of mouth.
yeah.
Talking about word of mouth, so Nate Fox, who was the director on Ghosts or Tsushima,
Mm.
reportedly said it takes the player between 30 and 50 hours to see everything in the game,
Oh, there you go. So it doesn't sound like it will be a part-time play game.
which is exploring a full open world, nothing completion, which obviously we don't need to do. We just need to beat the story.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, no, it definitely won't be that long to just beat the main campaign. So yeah,
yeah, great.
I'm really looking forward to it though. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and we'll come back next week. So yeah, Wednesday, it'll come back up. I think are we gonna try and put these up on Google Play as well? Are we gonna?
Does anybody have Android these days, or is that a dead platform?
Well, I don't.
That's a
I
bit
think
dead.
no, I think Android is a big market, so yeah, we can.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. We'll put it on there for the two people that's got an Android
yeah.
phone. All right.
Hey, our listeners, they want to listen to it on Android, but yeah, it'd be great. Any like we said, Twitter, PT Players Pod at PT Players Pod, Facebook Part Time Players Podcast, and Gmail ptplayerspod@gmail.com. Uh,
Yep.
any feedback, please. I'm in charge of the social media, and it looks like I'm doing a really bad job because no one is, no one's interacting. I'm not begging. I just would like some
Uh,
sort of
it's
interaction.
borderline now, Brad. Like, yeah, I think you need to reel it in a bit.
Yeah, no,
So yeah,
yeah, no,
yeah,
right,
no, it's all good stuff. Yeah, we obviously would appreciate anything, anything. But
yeah,
yeah, no, it's good stuff. Yeah, well, that's a wrap for today. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Yeah, sorry about the break in the middle, but we had technical difficulties.
Well,
But
your editing skills, they won't even know, Reese. So
yes, exactly. Hopefully, with my editing skills, it will be a hard cut. I don't know
yeah,
anybody's editing skills can fix that.
yeah,
That's why we probably shouldn't ever do video because it will be some really like 1 minute we're here and then 10 minutes we're like somewhere else. Like that's why video and doing video podcasts is so much more harder than
yeah,
audio.
exactly, yeah,
And you need a properly production team behind you to just deal with the editing with that.
yeah,
With our probably our ums and ums and I and stuff
yeah,
and our tapping or whatever we do and stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, it's not professional. It's part time. It's a part time podcast. It's everything is part time about it.
Yeah,
So yeah, but I hope you enjoy it.
I think
So
if
it's
you
good.
listen to the first episode, I like to think that we've kind of got a little bit better since then, though. So, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
I did. That is one thing my girlfriend did say to me. Like, she says you say a lot, and I was like, I don't. It's just kind of what I do, you know. So,
yes,
yeah,
yes. Well, if we had a professional editor, obviously I'm not a
yeah,
professional, we'd probably be able to edit out all the ums, but that means I have to go back bit by bit,
yeah.
cutting the bits out, and that's a bit
Well,
that's not part
when
time,
we've
that's
got
full time job.
millions of followers and millions of subscribers, then we'll do it. We'll get our,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we'll hire a Jamie like Joe Rogan has, and then we can just get him to do it. So,
Yeah, exactly. We
yeah,
just turn up for the podcast, and
yeah,
yeah, they can
do it.
arrange what we're going to talk about and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So yeah,
yeah,
it's exciting stuff. So
yeah,
yep, it's only beginning. We're only episode 5,
yeah,
and yeah, it's only going to get better. So yeah,
yeah.
on to the next
Thanks,
95.
thanks for listening, everyone. And we know, well, we think we've got 5 listeners in America, so and a few in the UK. So yeah, everyone who's listening, thanks for listening and continuing to listen. And yeah, it's been great.
Yep. Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
See you later. Bye.